Hey, my friends, thank you so much for joining us today here on The Final Cut. Your host, Mark the Movie Man. And yeah, I get an early look at a film that's going to be coming out next week, and it is called Homewrecker. Now, Homewrecker is directed by Zach Gain, and it was written by Precious Chong and Alex Esso. And the reason I mention that is because Precious Chong and Alex Esso are also the two main characters. Precious plays Linda, who is a woman who's a little bit quirky, a little bit unusual, and she ends up bothering Michelle while at a yoga class. And she is very energetic but quirky, and Michelle is just being nice and wants to help this woman out who seems to be very alone. But soon we find out that Linda has other motivations for trying to befriend Michelle. And when she invites Michelle over for a drink at her house, things go wild as Michelle finds out that not everything is as what it seems, and that Linda definitely has ulterior motives in mind that include a bit of violence and potentially death. This was an interesting comedic thriller. Homewrecker surprised me quite a bit. Wasn't quite sure where it's going. I mean, right off the bat, you know the Linda character, there's something off about her character. She's creepy. In fact, for most of this first act, this first half hour or so, I'm sitting there going, Michelle, what are you doing? This woman's creepy. And you're supposed to sit there and go, oh my God. But at the same time, you can see where she's got just enough charisma and knows just how to push the right buttons of Michelle to get her to agree to things. Now, Michelle is played fantastically as well by Alex Esso, as I mentioned, and these two play off each other so well. Linda and Michelle characters clashing. Michelle really finally going, you know what, I gotta go home, and Linda going, no, and then things just take a wild turn. There's a lot of stunt work involved in here as these two clash, and I was very impressed by it, and also the way it was edited. You can see what's going on. These fights are a bit comical at times, yet brutal at other times. There's a bit of nervousness going, are they actually going to try to kill one another or not, And so I really enjoyed that. And the fights felt real too, like between two people who don't know exactly how to fight, but they're trying their best to defend themselves from one another. So I really enjoyed those scenes, those clashing scenes. And then they take a break in the middle with involving this weird board game, which in itself is really creepy. So there's this whole creepy atmosphere once they get into this house and you see these two play a cat and mouse game with one another. And as things are revealed, there's a lot more aha moments behind the motivation of Linda. And I liked that. I liked how as it rolled along, it made more sense. Now, it didn't justify what Linda was doing, don't get me wrong. But Precious Chong just plays Linda to the hilt. I mean, you're supposed to be creeped out. You're supposed to be unusual. And she just plays this beautifully because there is also some sympathy to this character. There is just a sympathetic feel to this character, while at the same time feeling very creeped out by this character. And you definitely feel for Michelle's character, the Alex Esso character. And the way it ends is beautifully. It ends in the way you want it to end. There's a satisfying ending. Yes, there is blood in here, but used sparingly. There is, like I said, the fight scenes and the music too adds a little bit at times to the comedy, and then there's the tension-filled moments. So it's definitely a roller coaster ride of tone and feeling, and it's fun. I had a blast with this, thanks to the performances of these two actresses, which most of the film is just these two playing this cat and mouse game. So mad props to them because they sell it very well and make for a very entertaining watch. So I highly recommend Homewrecker. Comes out next week, July 7th, I think, on VOD and DVD. You won't be disappointed. It's worth your time for sure. So there you have it, folks. If you do see Homewrecker, please come back, and love to hear your constructive thoughts on this interesting film. I appreciate your support. Please check out our Patreon as well. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.